Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're out the range with a couple of AKS-74Us. To Americans, they're better known as a Krinkov. If you're talking to a Russian that's in the Russian military and you say, hey, look at my Krinkov, they're going to look at you funny because they won't know what you're talking about. They don't call them Krinkovs. Matter of fact, nobody really knows where that nickname came from, but it's pretty prevalent here in the United States. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to call it a Krinkov because I really don't want to say AKS-74U and I don't feel right saying Suchka. So anyway, this is my first AKS-74U, or my Krink. I bought this off AR15.com from a member there, and it was already a SBR, and the gun was a complete mess. The guy that had built it used a Nodak Spud receiver, which is a good receiver. The rivets were poorly done, but the barrel was the biggest problem. He had taken a 16-inch barrel, chopped it back to 8 inches, and it has a standard 1 1/8-inch twist in the barrel, which is meant for 16-inch barreled AK-74s. When he chopped it back, either he did a crown improperly, or he didn't crown it at all, or something went wrong, but the gun keyholed at 50 yards with every single round, with every type of ammunition I tried. And by keyholing, I mean the bullet does not stabilize in flight. It leaves the barrel and starts to tumble in flight, and it was striking the paper sideways. And it was printing groups feet in diameter versus inches. So I sent this gun off to Jim Fuller at Rifle Dynamics. I had him fix it up, put new rivets in it, refinish it, straighten everything out, and put a US-made chrome-lined barrel on it with a 1 6-inch twist, which is a standard twist rate for AKS-74Us around the world. Now, Bulgaria makes some of the nicest AKs. Now, my Jim Fuller gun is built on a Bulgarian parts kit. I like the Bulgi AKs. And this is a new Arsenal SLR-104UR. And this is the SBR version of it. They make this in two versions. They make it with a 16-inch barrel, and they make it as an 8-inch barreled SBR like you see here. This just transferred over to Copper Custom, my gun shop, and I wanted to test this rifle out because it has a 1 1/8-inch twist barrel on it. Now, a lot of guys have already bought these as 16-inch barreled guns, Form 1'd them, turn them into SBRs, chop those 16-inch barrels back, and I'm seeing very favorable results. The bullets aren't keyholing. Now, if you follow me on the channel and on the blog, you'll know that I said I wanted to buy one of these when Arsenal first announced them, but I was concerned about that 1 1/8-inch twist. I prefer 1 6. So this rifle has the 1 8. I'm going to take it out today. I'm going to shoot it with a number of different types of ammunition to see how it works because I really love this rifle. I want to make it my little truck gun. You know, I love the 5.45. I love the Krinks. I really love the looks of this rifle, like the polymer furniture, although my other one has a more classic wood. I just like the way this rifle looks, the way it handles, and this is a side-folding polymer stock here. So anyway, we're going to take it out. We're going to shoot it with some different ammunition and see how it works, and see if this 1 1/8-inch barrel will stabilize those bullets. Let's do some shooting. All right, first up, I have some Wolf 55 grain 5.45 by 39. I'm going to put 5 rounds of this in my Russian Bakelite magazine. I love Bakelite magazines. I go crazy buying the things. I just picked up a few more this week, I guess last week. 3, 4, 5. All right, got 5 rounds. Grab my ears. See if I can find my iPro around here somewhere. There it is. All right. Now, this isn't the best rest. I'm not shooting for groups. I just want to see if this rifle is going to keyhole or not with these 55 grain hollow points. Here we go, the first 5 rounds. And in case you guys are wondering, this is a Bro BCO optic that's mounted on here. It's a fixed 4-power, and then it's mounted via an RS Regulate side mount. These mounts are freaking awesome. If you want to mount an optic of any type to your AK and you had a side rail, it's the only way to go. All right, 5 rounds, 55 grain Wolf. Yeah, those hollow points malfunction. That's ugly. Not a good sign. I've had problems with those Wolf hollow points before, though. So we'll go ahead and clear that out of there. Mash the nose of that bullet pretty good. We got 4 rounds off. We'll see what that looks like here. I have another handy little tool over here I'm going to show you really quick. It's the target cam. And I'll just grab the camera off the tripod and show you what the results are. I got a camera downrange looking at the target 50 yards away. All right, well, so those first 4 rounds definitely did not keyhole. It shot a fairly decent little group. And now we have some Golden Tiger, and I believe this stuff is 59 grain. This is a standard ball round. Shouldn't have any problems with this malfunctioning in the gun. 3, 4, 5. Here we go again, 5 more rounds. This time with 59 grain Golden Tiger. Right. Let's see. Looks okay. Let me show you guys what I see. There's the group. Now that looks like 2 rounds that hit right next to each other. I'm hoping that's not a keyhole. I'll have to go down range and look at it a little bit more closely. So far, so good. All right, now I have some Red Army Standard. This is, how heavy is it? This is 69 grain, so this is a heavier load. Red Army Standard. So we're really getting good sampling of different bullet weights here. 55, 59, 69. Really test out this 1 1/8" twist on this little short barrel. 5 more rounds. 3, 4, 5. All right. Here we go. 69 grains. Whoa, the muzzle flash. That's impressive. Yeah, those loads are definitely a little hotter. Good military load. All right. No signs of keyholing, even with the 69 grainers. Let's take a look. Nice clean holes. All right, so now I have some 60 grain Wolf Military Classic. This is standard ball load. This is not a hollow point like the first 5 rounds I fired, and I had that one malfunction. Also, you'll notice with those hollow points, those 55 grain Wolf hollow points, the overall length of the bullet's really, really short. I don't know why Wolf does that, but I've had problems with them before. All right, 5 rounds, 60 grain, Military Classic. Here we go. All right. And no signs of keyholing. Let's run down range. I wanted to show you guys that 55 grain Wolf hollow point 545 that causes problems with AKs. As I mentioned, you can see that the overall length is considerably shorter on the 55 grain round. See that? This is the 55 grain round here. You can see how short that overall length is, and with that flat tip, I constantly get malfunctions with that load. But when it does work, it seems to shoot fairly straight. Here's that target cam camera. Got it set up on a tripod and pointed at the target. And there are the bullet holes. I see absolutely no signs of any type of keyholing with any of that ammunition. Rock solid performance. I'm pretty sure the gun's not keyholing with any of the ammunition I brought out here this afternoon, but what I'm going to do now is fire a couple of different magazines through it with some different ammunition. I'm going to pepper the target with bullets, then go down range, just make sure I see no signs of keyholing. There's 25 rounds. I think that was a 69 grain stuff. All right. 60 grain stuff. Here's a little bit of Golden Tiger. I think I only have about 15 rounds of that. All right. Pretty good. Let's go down range and see what the target looks like. I don't see any signs. That looks like a bullet hit off center to me. Right there. See how the bullet looks like it came in at a slight angle? Does look like just one hole. It may be two, but that's a little concerning. I don't see any other signs. That looks like a bullet streaked in from the side a little bit. Right there. But overall, it looks pretty good. This is the Target Cam camera system. You've seen wireless camera systems here on the Military Arms channel before. You guys asked me to check this system out based upon some of the other systems I've shown on the channel, and so that's why I picked it up. It's a really handy little system. This is my first time bringing it to the range. Next time I go to the long range, I'm going to bring it out with me. You're going to see more and more of this system on the channel. But this system's kind of handy. It has some unique features that the other systems don't. This one can use multiple cameras, and you can select between the cameras with the control panel here. This is a sample camera right here. It sits on a tripod. You take this down range, and it wirelessly transmits a real-time video signal at 30 frames a second back to the receiver, which is contained in this Pelican case. And then you have the monitor right here. You can put your cameras in here. It holds up to 2 cameras and a charging system. And you can just take it out to the field. It's all waterproof. It's a sealed Pelican case. It's really kind of a handy system, and it's very competitively priced. Again, stay tuned for more information on the targetcam.net camera system. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed coming out this afternoon to test fire for the first time my SLR-104UR 5.45 rifle. I was happy to find out that the 1 1/8-inch barrel doesn't really seem to cause any problems with the different bullet weights I brought out this afternoon. I may have saw a couple of instances of keyholes trying to emerge. I couldn't be quite sure. I'm gonna have to do some more testing to find out, but I fired quite a bit of ammo out here, several hundred rounds, and I really didn't see any distinctive signs of keyholing. If it's going to happen, it typically happens quite a bit. I didn't see any evidence of it happening quite a bit at all. Actually, just those 2 instances or 3 instances of perhaps slight keyholes. So I'm not too worried about it right now. I'm going to take this rifle out with my other one, which has the 1 6" barrel, to the long range. I'm going to shoot them for groups at 100 yards and maybe a little bit further, see which ammunition the rifle's like, how the 1 8 stacks up against the 1 6 twist barrel, and also just to make sure that this rifle shoots well with all the different ammo out there. But so far, I'm really happy with this rifle. It's a beautiful rifle. Looks really good, and if you guys are looking to buy one of these, not as an SBR, but as a rifle with a 16" barrel, you should have no problems with keyholing whatsoever with that 16" barrel. If you guys decide to cut that barrel back after you fill out a Form 1 and pay your tax, then you'll want to make sure that you have a qualified gunsmith do that work for you. You're going to want to make sure that you get a proper crown on that barrel. Whoever does that chop job should know exactly what they're doing. Otherwise, you may run into problems. And if you can't stabilize those bullets, the gun's worthless. It literally shoots groups that are feet in diameter. It's completely worthless. So anyway, if you guys have any questions about anything you've seen in this video, you can ask those questions on our Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/military arms. I also invite you to come by and check out Copper Custom, our online gun store. Again, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for all that support. We'll talk to you guys soon.